and welcome to your 15-minute ab session. So we're going to be focusing on the tummy muscles for this. It's ideal if you've had a little bit of a warm-up beforehand. We are going to get straight into it shortly. So if you want to do any of the other videos, maybe the standing bit, just to get a little bit of mobility going on, that would be good. And if you have got a mini ball like this, that can be helpful in this session. The session does work okay without a ball if you haven't got one, or a kid's beach ball would probably work fine as well. Okay, so as with everything, with all exercise, listen to your body. Feel free to rest whenever you need to rest, or if you know of any exercises that feel better for you, substitute those in where you need to. Okay, let's make a start. We're starting down on the floor for this one. So we're going to start with neutral spine, just making sure we've got that sort of recognised. And then we're going to have one hand on your belly, one hand behind your head, a big deep breath in and a big strong exhale out. And we're just going to do a couple of breaths like this, noticing the belly rise as we're breathing in and then forcing the air out from below the belly button. So we're aiming for a little bit of mind to muscle connection into those abs. So as we're breathing out, we're noticing the abs come down and in and connect. Okay, when you're ready, head and shoulders are coming up on the next exhale. So we're breathing out, connecting, head and shoulders coming up. Making sure that we're not forcing the lower back into the floor. Let's just do a couple more of these. Notice that we're supporting the head, but we're not pulling the neck. Okay, the abs are doing the work. Okay, one more here. Then put one leg flat to the floor and keep it going. Head and shoulders coming up. We've got 4 on this side. Feel free to switch arms if you need to, if you feel that you need to switch, if you've got any shoulder problems or anything like that. Let's switch legs. We're still trying to keep that connection in that midsection when we're coming up. You'll find that you perhaps can't go as far with the leg out because your hip flexors can't get involved. Okay, next up, both feet back to normal, and we're going to take the hand off the belly, reaching across towards the opposite thigh. So it doesn't have to actually reach the thigh or the knee, it's going in that direction. The main focus is that connection in the middle. Let's take this the other way. Head and shoulders coming up. You might find it easier one way than the other on this. Okay, last one here. If you can, both legs are going up. Both hands behind your head, head and shoulders coming up again. Again, aiming to maintain that connection in the middle. This is a lot harder with your legs up because you've got more load going through the abs. Okay, 2 more like this. Last one here. If you can do it, one leg going to 45 degrees. We've got 4 like that. If you need to put that leg down, that's fine. It can go back on the floor. Okay, one more here. And let's switch legs, we're nearly there. Last one. And hug your knees, have a little breather, rock side to side. If you feel that you want to, arms out to the side, feet and knees together, let your knees go over to one side into a knee roll. Up and over the other way. Okay, it can be quite a nice stretch for the back. One more each way. Okay, let's get into the next section. So here we're going to bring the knees into the chest and then finding our neutral spine, bringing the knees to 90 degrees. I'm going to start with a single leg extension there. Breathing out as we extend. Again, noticing that midsection, making sure we're keeping that connection as we extend. Exhale, extend. If you feel that you need to, a cushion can be quite nice under the head, and it can also take the edge off this. If you need to, you can pop it under your pelvis. Okay, last one here, and just hook the knees in a second. So now we're going to add in the opposite arm to leg. So that's just going to add a little bit more for the neural pathways and a little bit more of a challenge to maintain that neutral spine. So find that neutral again, both knees up to 90 degrees, both arms up to the ceiling. We're going opposite arm to leg there. Keep alternating here and just noticing how it feels. Okay, keep that connection, that mind to muscle connection into those abs. One last one here, and hook those knees in again. Okay, next up, we're going to build a little pyramid on that. So I'm going to start with 1 each way, and then we're going to build it up to 2 each way, and then 3 and so on. We're going all the way up to 5 on one side before we switch to the other side. So I'm going to start, same again, opposite arm to leg. So we're going 1 and switch. And then I'm going to stick on this next side for 2. And then switch sides, 2. Back to the first side for 3. 2, 1. Switch sides, 3, 2, 1. Back to the first side, 4. So this really builds up. Okay, targeting that overload for the muscles on one side. Switch sides, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to the first side, 5. Stick with it on this, we're nearly there. 2 more here. 1. And the other way. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hook those knees in, have a breather. And we're going to just finish in this position with arms out to the side, feet and knees together, Knees over to one side. If you want to put your feet on the floor, that's absolutely fine. Big, strong exhale coming back up and over. Okay, one more each way. And just resting. Draw the knees in. And then make your way up to seated. We're going to add in your mini ball, if you've got one, or your beach ball. So I'm going to just pop that behind your back. Okay, so it's kind of squished in there. It's not going anywhere. So we're sitting up tall, and shoulders back and down, coming into a half roll back. So as we're going back, we're thinking of the middle. We're making sure we're breathing out, connecting as we go back. Okay, you don't need to go far. Okay, as you can see, I'm not really going that far back at all, but I can still feel it working because I'm getting that control into the abs as I'm going back. Okay, 2 more here. I'm going to build in a few more directions on that. So, with or without your ball, I'll show you how it looks without. I'm going to add in a bow and arrow arm. So that arm is going to come back, drawing back there. So watch where your arm is going. So you get a nice twist through the body. Okay, 2 more like this, and we're going to add some more. Have a little breather a second. This is always quite a nice stretch if you can do it. Quite good to release the hips, or however else you feel like stretching and releasing. So, we're going to add, we've got 4 bow and arrows, and then 4 single arms coming up. So here we go, bow and arrow. 2 and 1. Single arm coming up. This might shake, it might not. It varies from day to day. Okay, 1 more here. We're adding in again, so we're building these up. We're going to bring it down to 2 bow and arrows, 2 single arms, and then adding in some double arm rows. So we've got single arm, bow and arrow, single arm the other way, arm coming up, and up the other side. Both arms together, elbows coming back. Both arms together, elbows sticking out. Let's go again. Elbows tucking in. Elbows sticking out. And relax a second. Okay, we've got one final thing to add to that. So it's going to be, at the end, canoe arms. Okay, so let's give it a go. Single arm bow and arrow first. Breathing out, coming back. And the other way. Single arm going up, and the other side. Double arm row, elbows tucking in, and sticking out, and tucking in again, and sticking out. Link the hands together, 4 nice big canoes, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release forwards. Okay, we're going to have one final blast through. If you're feeling really ambitious, try not to sit up in between each rep. Okay, so we're stopping in that back position, if you can, all the way through. So bracing those tummy muscles, focusing on the breath, and we're coming here, single arm, bow and arrow. Nice big rotation. One arm coming up. Other side. Double arm row, elbows tucking in. Elbows sticking out. And elbows tucking in again. Elbows sticking out. Hands together, canoe arms, nice and big. 4, 3, 2, 1, and resting forwards there. Okay, so hopefully feeling like we've done a little bit of something on the abs. If you feel you need any more, then feel free to go back again and start from the start. If you want any more work with the mini ball, look out for my mini ball session on YouTube. And let's just finish off with a little bit of a stretch. So I'm just going to come back onto the floor and start with both arms out wide, right leg flat, left knee bent, and take that leg over your body, right over, and let your foot go on the floor on the other side. So your hips are on their side, your shoulders are flat. Pop your right hand on top of that knee and just guide the knee a little bit further if you can. So it should be hips, it should be a bit of lower back, a bit of outer thigh, maybe a bit in the shoulders and the upper back if that's tight as well. And then come back into the middle. Hook those knees, straighten everything up. And let's take it the other way. Both feet on the floor to start with. Left leg flat, right knee bent. Arms out wide. Right knee coming over. Hips on their side, shoulders flat. And your left hand resting on top of your knee. Just guiding that stretch a bit further. Just breathe into it. 2 more breaths. And back into the middle. Hook your knees. And let's make our way round onto our front. So spin it round. And we're going to start with a cobra stretch. It can be a baby cobra or it can be a big cobra depending on how you're feeling. We're breathing out as we're coming up, keeping the shoulders relaxed. Okay, 1 more here. And then onto your hands and knees, into your cat stretch. And then coming through with a big stride forward. So one leg coming forward, lengthening through the back hip. So the front of these hips get a little bit involved when we're working our abs. Okay, it can't be helped. They're part of the same system of muscles, but they do also get quite tight. So it's an important one to stretch. If you need that stretch to be stronger, arms coming up. Breathe out into it. Okay, let's switch sides. It's like with any stretching, don't go into it cold. Okay, it's always best to have done something first. Okay, lengthening through that back hip, arms coming up if you want to. And just relaxing down. I'm going to take the toes underneath. And I'm going upside down into a inverted V, calf stretch. I'm just going to let the heels pedal one at a time towards the floor. And then when you're ready, walk your hands back towards your feet, rolling back up through the body, tuck the pelvis, stack the spine, and relax those shoulders at the top. We're just going to go with your hands behind and scrunch and drop, open, release. One over, one under, and up and over. Nice big stretch. Bend your knees and swing. 3, 2, 1. Big stretch up, big stretch wide, and we are there. Well done.